court has adjourned on the opening day of the Ryan Giggs trial. The Manchester United legend is accused of attacking and controlling his ex-girlfriend and assaulting her sister. He's entered a plea of not guilty against 3 charges. Our senior reporter Geraint Hughes is at court in Manchester for us. Afternoon to you, Geraint. Just take us through what's happened today.
Yes, the first day, but the jury wasn't actually sworn in until just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. 7 women and 5 men. But then it was the turn of the prosecution QC, Peter Wright, to go through the 3 counts that Ryan Giggs has been charged with. He, of course, denies all the 3 charges, but he began by telling the jury in the court that Ryan Giggs on the pitch was a thing of beauty, but behind closed doors he was much uglier and had a sinister side to his character, and that he preyed on his former partner Kate Greville's vulnerability for his gratification. They documented at times a turbulent relationship. He told the court about how the relationship was on and off, but that Ryan Giggs' behaviour over time became obsessive. We then went through the events of the 1st of November back in 2020. That was the night that Ryan Giggs was arrested by police, where Kate Greville, his former partner, his sister, had called the police to a property here in Manchester. They went through a series of events there which led to the charges around assault by actual bodily harm and by common assault as well. That there was an altercation, that Kate Greville was preparing to leave Ryan Giggs. They'd been out to dinner, but she had returned to the home early to gather her belongings with her sister, but that Ryan Giggs had then returned home early, and that an altercation began primarily over each other's phones. They took one another's phones and they ended up grappling on the floor, and that one of the mobile phones ended up in the fence in the garden. Then it was alleged by the prosecution that Ryan Giggs elbowed Emma Greville in the face, and then followed that was their headbutt to Kate Greville. He asserted, Peter Wright, that it was not a loving relationship, that it was calculated to gaslight Kate Greville, and far from loving, it was indeed a toxic relationship. And once those opening remarks and the prosecution had ended, it was the turn of the defence. That's the QC who was representing Ryan Giggs in court, Chris Dorr QC. He accepted that some of the behaviour on a moral ground was not good, and there was immaturity, in fact immaturity on the part of both Ryan Giggs and Kate Greville, and at times they both behaved like squabbling children. But he asserted to the court that Ryan Giggs would never cross a line that the prosecution asserts led to violence and to controlling and coercive behaviour. He denied the elbow to Kate Greville's sister, denied the headbutt to Kate Greville, indeed saying that the injuries were inconsistent with those that Miss Greville was treated with. So that is the end of the first day here at Manchester. We're in a court here called Minchell Street Court. The court will now tomorrow return to where it is scheduled to take place, at the Crown Courts at Crown Square. But that is the end of the first day of this trial, which is scheduled to last 2 weeks. Ryan Giggs denies all the charges against him, and the trial will continue, as I say, in Manchester tomorrow.